Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. This is a daily show sponsored by the CLC team that equips team leaders and their teams to reach their full potential. Find out more about them at clcteam.com. Hey, hope this day is going great for you. So, let me ask you something. How much do your team members talk? I mean, how much do they talk to you and the rest of your team members? How often do they speak up and disagree with somebody in a respectful manner? The other day, I saw a quote that said the biggest concern for any organization should be when their most passionate people become quiet. And you know what? This is a great quote and one that I agree with to a point. You see, that quote fails to take into account all of the team members. And I think whenever you have a team of people who are quiet, regardless if they're the most passionate or not, you're going to have problems. And the quicker that you discover what those problems are, the better off the entire organization will be. People who go to work and don't feel like they're being heard become stagnant and they will never reach their full potential. Did you notice that I said people who go to work and don't feel like they're being heard? You see, it doesn't matter if you're listening to them or not. That's not the point here. What matters is how your people feel, and you can't argue about the way somebody feels if they don't think they're being heard. My counselor taught me that a few years ago, and I'll tell you what, that makes all the difference in the world. So you need to ensure that your people know and feel like they are being heard. Truly listen to them. Encourage them to share their thoughts and ideas. Encourage them to hold each other accountable. And know that they can disagree without having someone blast them. Encourage them to have a voice in anything that they want to. And be sure that they know that you are listening. You can also put things to the side whenever they are speaking to you. And make eye contact with them. And repeat things back for clarity. That eye contact and putting things aside, man, those two things will make a huge difference in the way they feel about whether or not you're listening and whether or not they're being heard. If they have a legitimate idea of how to improve a process or a product or a service, man, hear them out. And if you think it can't work, don't just say, no, it's not going to work. Explain to them why that you think that way. But always thank them for sharing and encourage them to continue to bring ideas to you. If at any time you do use any of their ideas, be sure to give them the credit that's due to them by recognizing them publicly. This will encourage others to come forward with their ideas. That causes the trickle-down effect where everyone starts sharing ideas. And your entire team and or organization kind of becomes like one big mastermind group where everyone is offering ways to improve your processes, your products, and or your services. And that will keep you current. That is running to your challenges. One last thing that I wanted to share with you about the power of one person using their voice. And that is what Numbers 13:30 says. Now, let me set this verse up for you. Moses was commanded by the Lord to send some men to explore the land of Canaan and to come back and report what they saw. Moses went ahead and sent 12 leaders, one from each tribe, to bring back the report. Upon returning at the end of the 40 days, the leaders reported what they saw, and it was quite grim for all of them. They said the people were many in numbers and very powerful with fortified cities. They basically were saying that there's no way that they can go over there and fight these people. However, one of the leaders was Caleb. And this is what Numbers 13:30 says. Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, "We should go and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." Man, the cool thing about this scripture is it shows the power of one person standing up against many and speaking out to say what he believed. Now, if you know the rest of the story, they did end up going and taking the land. But just think about if Caleb had not stood up and let his voice be heard. It would have been a much different outcome, I'm sure. Today, let's encourage all of our people to not be afraid to speak up when they see something not quite right or something that they disagree with. It may just be the input that you and your team may need to make it a successful day. Hey, that's it for today. And as a reminder, at the end of this month, the CLC Team's online community for leaders will be opening up for a very limited time. This private group is for leaders who want to continually learn and grow with other leaders. And it includes 4 live Zoom calls and 2 leadership video courses every month. And it includes an online private community to interact with other leaders 24/7. And you'll be able to get all this for as low as $25 a month. That's less than $1 a day. If you want more info on this, or you want to save your spot and get on the waiting list, please visit clcteam.com/current waitlist, or you can click on the link in today's show notes. Hey, have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.